Let's learn about that thing that you do with your eyes, which is kijken. Hallo lieve vrienden. So that thing that you do with your eyes is kijken in Dutch. And in English you can make a distinction between looking and watching. But in Dutch we don't make that distinction. So both of these English words translate to the same word in Dutch, which is kijken, and that is looking or watching. So I am looking at something. Ik kijk naar iets. And there's also an expression that almost all Dutch people make, and that is if you want to think about something, in English you would say, let's see. In Dutch, that is even kijken. So if you ask someone a question and they have to think about it for a second, then they usually will say even kijken. And that doesn't mean they're going to look around for something, that just means that they are thinking. And if they write it down, often in short messages, they will abbreviate the first word even to double F. Because if you pronounce that, it is effen, because these are two F's. One F, één F, two F's, twee effen. And effen is a way of, actually it's an old pronunciation of saying even, effen. So they will say, even kijken. And that is often said. You will notice it immediately if you are talking with someone who is native Dutch. So looking at something in Dutch is kijken naar iets. So that word naar, in English that is to, but in English there is also a distinction here, because if you travel to something, that is in Dutch also naar. Ik reis naar een plek. I travel to a place. But in English, if you would say, I look at something, you don't say to, but at. And in Dutch is also naar. So, ik reis naar een plek. And ik kijk naar iets. I look at something. So don't forget the word naar is used in combination with kijken. So if I would say, let's see what it looks like. In Dutch it is even kijken hoe het eruit ziet. So that is the distinction between kijken and zien. Looking and seeing. So if I talk about myself, I am looking, that is ik kijk. And in past tense, this is a strong verb, which means in past tense it changes sound. In past tense it is ik keek. If I talk about you, jij kijkt. So you place a T after the K if I talk about you. And past tense is the same as in me, that is jij keek. He or she is hij kijkt naar buiten. He is looking outside. And in the past tense also keek. Zij keek gisteren tv. She watched TV yesterday. If I talk about you in plural or we, that is jullie or wij. Jullie kijken, so that is the full verb kijken. And in the past tense, jullie keken. Jullie keken gisteren naar tv. Yesterday you watched TV. And past perfect is heb gekeken. I have looked or have watched. So if I would say I have looked at this, ik heb hiernaar gekeken. So some examples of a few phrases. Which movie shall we watch? Welke film zullen wij kijken? Another one, if your answer is I have watched series the entire weekend, that is ik heb het hele weekend naar series gekeken. And if you would say did you watch Netflix the entire weekend? That is keken jullie het hele weekend naar Netflix? If you have some more examples, about this verb, please share it in the comments. And also, if you have something to ask or to add, also please let me know. I'm happy to respond. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe so you can keep up with these lessons. All right, thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.